少しは役に立ったかな。ここまで。
Hi guys, Artiar here. So for this video here, we're going through about Borgne after the buff. Alright, so previously I already posted a video about like the buff Celine and also the Etheria combination, and for today is the showcase for Borgne. So Borgne here have also a very good changes. The first changes is the S1 here. The healing effect is increased up to 100% now, so whatever damage you do, it will have 100% of the healing. So if you do 10k, you're gonna heal 10k of the damage, right? And then your S3 here, which is one of the main changes, which is the multiplier. So now Borgne S3 is able to do an AoE damage that deals 520%, and then with a 100% chance to dispel 2 buffs. So originally you can only dispel 1 buff, and now you are able to dispel 2 buffs. This is something good, and most importantly is the multiplier increase. And the other thing is for every 1 enemy unit is defeated, which is like lower than 4. So if you only have 3 units left on the enemy side, then Borgne will launch a 1 extra hit, deals an additional 100% damage, and this attacks ignores the target passive skill. So the playstyle of Borgne is kind of like you want to play him into S3 to do AoE damage cleave, and then you if you are able to kill at least like one of the unit, let's say you pair with Tiamat or you pair with like Lilium, and then you're able to one shot or kill one of the other unit, then left 3 of them. After dealing the AoE, you're gonna do additional 100% damage. So she's actually gonna be very good. He's actually kind of like a cleaver, but also as a bruiser. Then the passive here will give him additional HP. So this passive here is something actually very good, because at the start of the battle, Borgne will increase the max HP by 560% of self-attack. So the higher the attack, the more HP he's gonna get. Then the HP stats for him will also benefit to your damage as well, because each attack also deals additional damage equals to 30% of his max HP. Alright, so you can attack skilling and also some HP skilling as well. But then Borgne cannot land critical hit. Alright, so crit rate and crit damage is useless on him. You just want him to get pure attack, as high attack as possible, while have some HP is fine because you get some HP skilling damage as well. And the main DPS output is actually from the S3, and your S1 here is something for you to actually get some additional heal. Then in terms of dupe here, is giving you additional healing receive and also effect resistance. So from the dupe you can actually tell that he don't give you like the other DPS gives you like crit rate, crit damage, which is useless for him. But then he's gonna get effect resistance, which is good if you're using him as a bruiser, and also healing receive. So if you pair with like the other healer team, he will be also a very good unit. Right, so this is the buff, and now I'm going to show you a few showcase that's showcasing him in the current PvP RTA showcase. So special thanks to Beauty Rose. She is the one that actually shared me the showcase and also the build. So I will be including the showcase and also the build at the end of the video, so you can actually go check it out if you're interested to actually see his showcase and also the build. Alright, so now let's take a look at this showcase. So this is actually a pretty fast one. So from his pick here, he have he have Fuchu, we have Plume, and then he Borgne here as the main DPS, and also we have Sanya here as a healer. And then the enemy here is actually a cleave team. So we have Mio as the control unit to actually terminate the control, Heinrich here for the debuff, Lilium, and also Yeli. But now we can actually take a look at the showcase. It's actually pretty fast. So Borgne is actually like a bruiser, but also as a cleaver at the same time. One shot, all he needs is one shot of S3 and your cleave team is just gone. Alright, so Mio is take the action first. We can see from the Terminator bar here, Mio is the one, then after that it's going to be Heinrich, then only after Plume. Though you can see the Borgne speed is actually decently fast compared with Lilium and also Yeli, right? So S3 here, push, alright, but only managed to push a little bit because there's 3 immunity unit here, and only Sanya is the one that is not on immunity, so you only able to steal the Sanya Terminator push and to push the other unit. So here, even though after the push, Yeli and Lilium here is still at the bottom, where only Heinrich got pushed more. Alright, now Heinrich here casts S3 to apply the debuff, all this thing. Then Plume here with the passive keep pushing up your team, so it cut into the DPS. Plume apply the debuff. Then Borgne here with the S3, we can take a look. That moment, the S3 from Borgne already one-shotted Lilium. Alright, so you can see Lilium here is actually still okay, let me read. it's still like around like 80% HP, right? But with a defense down here because of Plume. Then after that, only the Dark Moon, as the Dark Moon start the battle, proc, and then Lilium already died. One shot, alright, just from the passive already kill Lilium. Then because one unit already died, so his S3 here is gonna do additional damage. And now with the S3, slash them, one shot. Alright, so the damage here is 21k and then another additional 11k damage. So you can take it like around like 32k damage and 33k damage from one shot. Right, then the whole team just gone. So he's a Bruiser and also a Cleaver at the same time. Alright, so now let's take a look at the band pick first. So this is the pick he actually went for. So it's going to be Plume, Lily, and then we have Tiamat here as a sub DPS for us to chip down one of their target, and then also Borgne. And then the enemy here is using 3 Holo unit, alright, with 1 Linglor. So Linglor here as a healer, Sanya here as a healer, and then Rahu and also Mizuki here to actually counter Tiamat with the Wound and also the elemental advantage, right? So in terms of element advantage, his side here actually have a higher win rate because it's 3 green, right? And green can actually do more DPS to blue, and blue is harder to do DPS to green. But then we're gonna take a look at the showcase here. It's actually pretty tough, like all the showcase. Alright, now let's take a look here. So they will take the target, he will take the turn first and then use Lily to buff up Tiamat, so Tiamat can actually do more S1 to do damage. Right, so Tiamat here takes a turn and then buff up the team, so you get protection with the shield. Alright, then Plume here apply debuff to them. So Rahu with the defend down here, so Rahu is not going to do that much damage, not to mention with the weakness debuff as well. Right, so Sanya healing up, Linglor heal up again. Right, so even after the heal up, now we can take a look here. Rahu still have the weakness. Alright, so Rahu is still not going to do a lot of damage. And then now Borgne is going to take the turn, and with the Dark Moon going to apply 1 damage first. And this damage Dark Moon hit is already doing a decent amount of damage to Mizuki. So you have to know Mizuki is actually a Bruiser unit, and Mizuki is actually pretty tanky. And with a Dark Moon hit here, already doing like almost like I think like 25% HP is gone just from one hit. I'm mainly using the Dark Moon here for the damage, it's not for the free accuracy because he don't land any debuff at all. Then after that, you will see here, Borgne actually just cast S1. He did not cast the S3, which I thought he will actually cast S3. But the reason why he don't use S3 is because your S3 to actually fully utilize the value of the S3, you actually want one target to actually die first, then Borgne S3 can only fully utilize because the S3 here, when that's lower than 4 unit, which is left 3, you do additional damage, right? So he's not going to use the S3 first and do some damage with S1, cause you do notice that Lily actually put the twin trick on Tiamat. They want to use Tiamat to kill someone first, then only use Borgne to finish up the team. Alright, so Rahu takes a turn, cast S3. With the weakness debuff here, you're not going to do massive damage to them, not to mention you have Tiamat to apply the shield. So now Tiamat here doing massive damage and kill Linglor. That Linglor is actually with blood buff as well, because if we take a look here, Linglor actually triggered the blood buff, right? Right, so now they're gonna take the turn. So Plume here with the Codex of Magic, cast another S3, apply Dispel, Defend, Break, all these things. So their Bruiser unit is not gonna do a lot of DPS because they are defense skilling. Right, do damage, Tiamat counter attack, Sanya heal back their team. Alright, now Borgne is going to take the turn and cast S3. Now we take a look at the damage of S3. Alright, so you can see the damage of S3 here managed to chip Rahu damage HP up to half HP now. And then because Sanya here is a green element, rarely does any damage because of the no defend down. And then Mizuki here also get a decent amount of damage. So you can see there's actually 2 proc of damage here because there's 1 missing unit, so you do additional damage. So 1 S3 here dealing a decent amount of damage, so even counter attack is fine. Right, Tiamat with the assist killed Mizuki. So now left Rahu and Sanya, and you have to know they 2 of them are actually on elemental disadvantage. So on paper they shouldn't do that much damage, right? But Tiamat have a real damage with the S1, so Tiamat able to do more damage. Right, Tiamat S1 barely does anything because of the tick shield from Artisan. Alright, Borgne here take another action, S1, do some damage. All you need to do is wait for his S3 again, because now it's missing 2 units. You're missing Mizuki and you're missing Linglor. So with missing 2 units here, now Borgne, when the S3 later is going to cast, you do additional 200% damage from the missing unit. Right now, he healed back up Mizuki. Mizuki gonna slot back in. Alright, Brock CD reset. Cause the Twin Tree is on him now. Alright, and then cast another S3. So even Mizuki is here. S3 slash. Rahu damage left. Only a small slot here. But Rahu did not build with blood buff. You can see here the blood buff only trigger on Mizuki and also Sanya, but it did not proc on Rahu. So probably this Rahu build is without blood buff, but it still does pretty high damage to Rahu and Sanya with a decent amount of damage. Alright. Okay, so Mizuki died again even with blood buff. So Sanya trying to heal back up. Okay. Then Lily here S1, S6, and then Rahu died and left Sanya. So this is how he actually do damage when it's in a Bruiser mirror, and not to mention that he's actually in elemental disadvantage. Alright, so here's another showcase. This is a team, you can see that's double healer with Lily and also Brock here. Then they ban the Hoyen because you are using Revelation, all this DPS stuff. You don't want Hoyen to actually one-shot you back, right? And then he's using like Control and also with Freya for outspeed, and then 2 DPS unit here. So he's trying to cleave, and while he's actually using the Brock team. And we can take a look here. The team itself is actually pretty good because Brock nearly died, but luckily the passive that actually give him the additional max HP saved him down. Alright, so Freya take the turn first, casting S3 to apply attack up and also do damage. But then you can see here, because both of them, they are on immunity, so they don't get the debuff, nightmare debuff at all, so they won't get damage taken increase, and they are not afraid of Oboe to actually stun them as well. Alright, so since they are not able to apply the debuff, so now Oboe here is going to cast S3 to apply stun on Lily and also Sanya. So both of them got stunned. And then we have Revelation Rin here to do damage. It's a decently good enough damage because on blood buff Brock also managed to cut out to half HP here. And then Rosa is gonna take his turn, her turn, and S3 do damage as well, but you're not able to target him because you're not able to apply the debuff, right? So now the Brock only left like, I don't know, like 10 or 15% HP. So if he don't have the passive that actually gives him additional max HP, he's actually already dead. Okay, so after that, Rosa just gonna try to kill Sanya. Now Fuchus take the turn, apply the healing and also the shield. Then after that, Brock is gonna take the turn. Alright. Dark Moon. Rosa is gonna die. And then cast S3. Slap them, 1 slash. Rosa died. The rest here left like half HP. But basically the battle is already over because when your cleave team can't actually cleave them at the turn 1, it's basically over. Right? So even though you can stun all, and Fuchi already applied the healing effect, right? So it's basically you're not able to kill the enemy team already. Look at all the heal. Just healing back to max HP. Alright, apply the debuff again. But you have Lily here, twin trick on Brock. Brock to take the turn, S1, and slowly just ship them their HP down. Okay, so this is the build that he actually went for. He's going for the bulwark, as you can see, the immunity at the start of the combat. So you don't have to afraid that he actually get control all this thing and also debuff, and then blood buff combination here, and also with the Swiss Might to get the additional speed, right? Because the effect accuracy doesn't bring value, but mostly because of the speed, you don't want him to be too slow because you still want him to take action to actually do damage, right? So just a casual blood buff bulwark combination with a Dark Moon here, and then for the Dark Moon passive here is going for attack percentage, speed, and also blue damage as well, the one that increased the blue damage deal. Right, so this is for the Dark Moon passive, and then this is the build. And then for the skill up wise, is going for 155. He wanted to go for 455, but then it requires more lattice, right? But basically 155 here is actually the bread and butter for him to actually make him work. And then if you make him to 455, then you're gonna get the additional attack stats, which means a lot to him because more attacks means more damage to you, to him, so you can do more damage, and then higher HP gain as well. Alright, so that's it for this video. I hope this video actually enlightened you guys about the new Brock damage output. So if you're interested on him, or you like his design, you like his play style and also the kit, you can probably consider to build him up as well. But again, he needed a little bit of lattice to actually make stuff work because he needed the multiplier to do damage. Oh, also by the way, before we end the video, if you have like interesting showcase like all those new unit or the Bruiser unit, or you feel like there's some interesting showcase you want me to actually show to the community, you can also PM me in Discord as well, so I can actually gather showcases and also make them in the video and to share out to show people, because I'm not a wheel, right? So I don't have really a lot of the lattes to actually make the other new unit to make them work. For example, like Brock here, if I really want to make showcase for him, I need to invest him to actually make him a good showcase, but I don't have the lattes. So if you have other unit, like for example Ziada, or like Ziada, right, the new Ziada, and you have invested on Ziada, and then you've built Ziada and tried him in RTA, and you have some interesting showcase, you can also PM me in Discord if you're willing really to share as well. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and see you guys in the next one. Bye bye. Special thanks for the direct support on the YouTube membership. So for the benefactor of Artiar, which is Trencan, thank you so much for your support. And for the supporter or patron of Artiar, which is Louis Schneider, Agni, Wang Tamer, Ziggy, Kamaruki, Sunwaltz, Rimu, Chawny, Antonio Winterspoon, First Law, D&D, thank you so much for your support. And special thanks to the Super Thanks MVP, HMZ Riggs, thank you so much for your support. Special thanks for the direct support on the live stream super chat for the latest 10. Thank you so much for Code Wilderness, Calamity, Agni, Love Fatima, Fatima Little Underwear, Bloods, Riku Fred, Chawny. Thank you so much for your support.